Hey there, welcome back to another episode here on The Best Life. My name is Zaria and I will be your guide through these vast new staircases. Today we're working on the second step of the Self-Improvement Foundation staircase. This is the goal staircase that I'll be completing before I dive deeper into the 5 main staircases in April. The first step I took was starting content creation, and I've made a commitment to myself to try and post at least one long-form YouTube video every week. The second step, which we'll be going over today, is cleaning and decluttering my home. Now let me start by saying I fully intended to completely finish this whole step and have all the footage here for you ready for this video. However, there is just too much stuff. It's taking me way longer than I thought it was going to completely get through, so I figured I'd turn this into like a mini series for the next few weeks just completing this step. I have been able to completely clean my downstairs. However, the decluttering and downsizing that's also part of this goal, that's what's really taking longer than expected. I got a lot of crap, child, and until now, dealing with it has been incredibly overwhelming. Finally, I found a solution in the form of a Mel Robbins podcast episode. Wait till y'all hear this, really. I have been watching and taking in so much media on improvement and leveling up over the past few months. The main first step that seems to exist in all lifestyle change how-tos is a clean living environment. As a mom, I do a lot of the cleaning in my household, yet somehow the level of mess seems to get right back to where it was just days after I finished cleaning. Eventually, after this happening multiple times, the mess takes over and I become anxious at even the thought of cleaning and organizing. It's enough to really convince you that you're a lazy, messy, unmotivated person that has absolutely no hope of breaking free from the cycle. But stop! Before you allow that pesky negative voice in your head to take over, Silenzio Bruno! Silenzio Bruno! Watch this. I recently watched a podcast episode hosted by Mel Robbins, a definite pioneer in the self-improvement industry. The title of this episode was From Chaos to Calm, and the topic was about the difference between cleaning, organizing, and decluttering. This episode is packed full of very valuable information, and I suggest taking a listen when you have like 1 or 2 hours to sit down and really listen to the whole thing. Maybe even take notes if you're like me and need a couple. But out of all of the wonderful things that were said, one in particular really stuck out and resonated with my situation.
I realized, and I named it, that I have a clutter threshold. Everyone has a clutter threshold. What that means is it's the point at which you personally can keep the things in your home under control. Okay, it's the amount of stuff that you personally can keep under control. It's the reason why you and your friend can go shopping together, buy the exact same things. She puts it in her house, it looks like a magazine. You put it in your house, it looks like a thrift store, right? Like that.
When I heard Ms. Dana White say that we each have a clutter threshold and that may be what's stopping you from keeping up with the cleanliness of your home, I damn near fell out of my chair. That's it. That's the piece of the puzzle that I've been so unsuccessful in figuring out. Of course, I can't keep anything clean in a house that has over 6 past living spaces and a storage unit stuffed into it. I have greatly overpassed my clutter threshold. Living in clutter and mess is not fun, and it can actually be bad for your health and mental state. A study conducted by UCLA found that individuals with cluttered homes had higher levels of cortisol, which is a stress hormone in the body that leads to anxiety and depression. With statistics like this in mind, it has made me even more determined to get to a place where I'm allowing my environment to work for me instead of me overwhelming myself trying to keep up with my environment. I have curated a 4-step process that will completely change the game when it comes to keeping up your home. It is my belief that these 4 steps are all you need to transform your living space. I'll be implementing this process in every space in my home. However, myself and 92% of Americans feel that a clean kitchen is essential to a healthy, abundant life, so that's where I'll be starting. I'll be cleaning in order of the 4 steps, so let's go to the kitchen and get into it. Oof. Okay. Teleportation makes me a little dizzy. My 4-step process to cleaning and keeping clean absolutely any room in your home is: step 1, remove all trash. Step 2, clean and sanitize. And step 3, declutter. And step 4 is my favorite one of the steps, which is, drumroll please, something I'll be revealing once we get to that step. I got you, didn't I? Since I love the 4th step so much, I'll be saving it for its own video in the future. Today, I'm just going to give you the before and after of step 1 and 2 that took my kitchen from looking like this to this. Next week, we'll tackle step 3, which is going through and decluttering my whole downstairs. Since I'm completing this video here for you after I've done step 1 and 2, I'll just give you guys a little speed through montage of myself cleaning, going through step 1 and 2, and I'll play a little bit of music and narrate for you guys as we go along. I hope you enjoy some nice vibes. Maybe even clean along with me and take step 1 and 2 yourself, crank up the music I'm about to play, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. All right, y'all, so this is just me going through step 1 in my kitchen area, getting rid of all of the trash, putting it in a big black bag as suggested by the video. And when you're cleaning, you never know what you'll find. I found this bottle of lotion and I was like super excited. Oh my God, I found lotion. But what? No, it was shower gel. And I was like, I don't need shower gel. Now we're coming into step 2. This is just sanitizing everything, washing everything down. I put a little bit of Ajax and some soap. I love to scrub, child, because nothing beats just some soap and water and a nice scrub sponge. It really does get everything clean the way that I like it. And then after I've done all of the scrubbing with the soap and water, I go back through with a Clorox wipe. Some spaces I feel like need a Clorox wipe before I go through and wash it, just to get rid of all of the hard debris that might be there. But for the most part, I can get away with just using soap and water first and then going through scrubbing it, and even after I'm done scrubbing it, putting another wipe down with the Clorox wipes on it. So here I am just stretching because this is actually happening overnight from one day to another. So I am very much in pain as I go through and clean this whole kitchen. I believe it took me from midday of one day into midday of the next day. And so I was basically cleaning for 6 to 10 hours straight. And you'll see me stretching and bending over and looking like a 65-year-old woman in a lot of the scenes, because it was a lot. It was a lot of stuff and a lot of cleaning, but I'm glad that I did it and it's out of the way now. So it's much easier for me to keep everything clean now as I'm watching TV. You'll see me look up and it's because I'm watching Chappelle's show. And I'm very into it, as you can see. As I come to a spot that needs more elbow grease and scrubbing, I just turn and look at the TV. I didn't realize how much I looked at the TV until I washed this back, so that's funny. Now we're going into the dishes, which I've categorized in step 2 of the cleaning process because I do feel it's with cleaning and sanitizing. I mean, I was raised with doing the dishes as a part of cleaning the kitchen. So you can see here, I do not like to feel food chunks in the sink. So I go through and I rinse all of my dishes before I wash them, especially if I know they've been sitting or if there's a lot of debris on them. I feel like going through and rinsing them just helps with the scrubbing process afterwards. I don't know, I'm a freak. I don't like to stick my hand in the water and to feel chunks of food or chunks of anything. So that was the reason for my face just a minute ago. But you'll see I have these tables set up so that I can put everything I rinse back, and it just gives me more space to work with because I have more dishes than I do counter space. So yeah. So like I said before, the whole process of step 1 and 2 on my whole downstairs did take me overnight. However, the dishes was something that I did separately. This was something I did like Saturday morning, I believe, after I had cleaned everything else. That's why you can see my hair is styled, and my kids are running up to me in a later shot that you'll see in a minute, because the dishes were done separately from the rest of the house. So you'll see different things that indicate everything was filmed not in the order that you're watching it, but that's only because I categorize dishes as step 2. However, I did have to do it out of order just for the sake of getting everything clean and done by a certain time. So as I'm going through, I find Santa's milk. The milk container that we leave out for Santa was in the sink, has not been cleaned yet. Luckily, it was rinsed out and there was no old milk in it or anything, so I didn't have to let it soak or it didn't stink or anything like that. But you'll see bits and pieces throughout this video that indicates that this cleaning is part of cleaning from Christmas. This video was shot before it's posted, like weeks before it was posted. But yeah, I mean, hey, sometimes you get into the holiday funkery and you're unable to do what you gotta do. I dropped this bottle and the lid fell off, and I still have not found the lid to this bottle. Like, you'll see me searching for a good minute and a half for the lid to this bottle. I could not find it. I don't know where it flew to. But it really did stop me because I'm looking around like, where is this lid? But I gave up eventually and I was like, I gotta keep going because, you know, you see me down in all these Celsius trying to stay awake. I'm still looking for this lid. That's wild. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna front. These dishes had been sitting there for a while before I got the chance to get to them. I had just been so busy, you know, with different things and different projects I'm working on that I hadn't been able to really do the dishes as often as I wanted to. So this is a really deep, clean dish go through. And because of how long they had been sitting, I decided to clean out the sink before I even washed anything. Because I do the whole wash in one side, rinse in the other, and I just didn't want to put clean dishes into dirty sink. And like I said, I do not like reaching in and feeling things. So cleaning it is just what works best for me. It makes sure everything stays clean. I feel like it's a little more sanitary than dumping a bunch of dishes into a dirty sink. So yeah, I went through, Ajaxed it, soap and watered, scrubbed, and then dried everything off so I wasn't getting soaking wet by the counter. If you do content creation, then you start to learn things about yourself. And I'm learning that I spend more time watching the screen. I probably would get through stuff faster if I had the TV turned off, I'm not gonna lie. And what am I even watching? This is like something my girls are watching on YouTube. Like it's not even something or content for me. Maybe it was Digital Circus? You know what? Maybe that's what we were watching, Digital Circus. I don't know. But I spend so much time looking up and watching the TV. I don't know. I was raised by the TV ever since I was little. I've been in front of the television. So it's like a way for me to do things. I feel like it makes the time go past faster, but I probably would get done sooner if I didn't watch TV. And here we are, my babies. This is my littlest baby, Tania. She does not like to let me do things by myself. She's always kind of right with me. And then when I give one a big hug, first I gotta give my oldest a big hug. And this is Julia coming in. They both are excited by my journey for content creation. You see, she waves. She's like, "Can I wave?" And I was like, "Sure, baby, you can say hi." And then, of course, Tania, my littlest one, she really does like to spend her time with me when she can, and she is telling me a story. So you'll see her telling me this story of something that happened at school, I believe, and I just love listening to their little stories and listening to them talk, because they really are just the smartest, most important people in my life. And being a mom has changed my life in so many incredible ways, and one of them is definitely patience. And so sitting and listening to the stories that they make up or stories that happened, it just really does brighten my day to listen and talk to them. And I love for them to see me being productive and taking care of our home. Okay, so you see this Skittle here, the Skittle thing I'm rinsing? Pay very close attention to that, because that item is possessed, okay? It just jumps out at me for no reason. I did spend a lot of time trying to get it to stand up in the rack, but I mean, just watch. Look at, like, did you see that? I mean, honestly, like, I was so frustrated. I was scared, because this is my man's griddle. It is not mine. It still works. He still uses it. But as you can see, in the moment, I was just tired and stressed about it. And my girls, it scared them, so they came running in to make sure I was okay. But here we are, moving into the dining area. We're just going through step 1 and 2. Real simple, getting rid of all the trash. And sorry, I'm still laughing about the griddle thing. But yeah, we're just going through getting all the trash. We're back to overnight, so you'll see that my oldest Julia is getting up and getting ready for school. My man gets up and he comes over and he helps me take her to school while I'm doing all this for the house. So you'll kind of see them walking through here and there. And who would have thought, under all this mess, I'd find some money, a little bit change, go ahead and go put it in my change jar, See, little payment for the cleaning. Oh my gosh, my baby's getting so big. She's in third grade now, and I always have to give her a kiss and hug before she leaves for the day because I still miss her even now when she goes to school. But this is just step 1 and 2 for the living room. I do laundry down here. The girls bring all their toys down here to play, so this area can definitely get really backed up when it comes to the clutter. So I'm just going through and organizing everything. You'll see me jump around a bit because even though I cleaned my daughter's little pink table before I went through and vacuumed the couch and swept, I still feel like it's a part of the cleaning process, which is step 2. So you'll kind of see the clips jump around a little bit. But this is the morning of the overnight cleaning. So I kind of sat down and I was tired, but I definitely got through it and pushed through it with all the willpower I had. And I think the end result turned out really nice. So I do go through, and if there are any spots on the couch, I'll take a Clorox wipe or a damp cloth with soap and water, and I'll scrub those spots, just trying to get any debris or anything off the couch. And then when I go through and vacuum it up, it's usually dry after that, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please stay tuned for next week where I'll be taking care of step 3, the decluttering process. Until then, please be safe and come back to me in one piece. Watching and taking in so much media on improvement. Awesome. Oh, the flowers scared me.